Hey man, how are
You're all
you?
mute. You're all muted. There we are.
Yeah, I have a little cough still, so I'm muted
Oh,
here and off and
all
on.
right.
And I have dogs.
What
Anyway,
is that?
They bark.
we are live, guys.
All right.
So
Woo-ah. Hey,
um, just
good.
in case someone says something really fucking inappropriate. Uh,
Yeah, like
but
Craig.
before we do anything, we are going to be asking Holly about what she spoke about last week and all that kind of good stuff and other YouTube SEO related stuff. However, we are sponsored by 38 Digital Market. The link is below, the logo is above, which is Mr. Randy Roday's
Hey,
service. It feels really weird, Randy, like promoting you while you're sat there. It just doesn't
I
seem
know.
right.
That's funny you say that because that's what I was thinking too. It's like that's a little weird. I don't know.
Yeah, but fuck it, we've got to stick to the rules. And obviously, Randy is also a good friend, colleague, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, he is also the sponsor. So we've got to say, click on the link below, check out his services. He does some good work. So check it out. But we
Nice.
also have a couple of people here. Thorsten Meyer. It's a new name for me. I don't recall seeing Thorsten on here before. So thank you for coming along. Pamela from the Mastermind is here. I think that's Pamela from the Mastermind. I actually don't know Pamela's second name, Randy. Is that Pamela?
I think it's Lee.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't throw it out there. Sorry, Pamela. Uh, I do know Pamela's out on the West Coast in the U.S. here, and so she jumps on my live stream that I do on Tuesday mornings, and so I know for her to get up, it's like 7 a.m. in the morning that she jumps on that thing. I'm like, holy, good for you, girlfriend. Yeah, it is. All right, hey, honey, good to see you. Chatted
Honey,
with Honey a little bit last week. I had Lee Witcher on the show last Tuesday, which was great. So Lee is good.
can I be clear? I don't think that's Honey Witcher.
Oh, that's not Honey Witcher.
No, no, no.
Oh,
Brad and Mike made the same mistake. They're like, "Honey, how you doing?" Blah blah blah. And I asked Honey
oh,
at an event, and I'm like, "Do you come on my live streams regularly?" She's like, "No," and I'm like, because, yeah,
wait, actually, now I think you're right. I think isn't that well, I won't even get into it, but I think I do know who that pseudonym is. Anyway, all right, honey. There we go. We're all fun. Holly, how are you doing? Here we are, kind of post Super Bowl. In the States, Craig, and we'll get on to our topics here, but in the States, I think today is the most absent day in the business world because
This
people
is
stayed
true.
up and partied and watching the Super Bowl, and then they call in sick today.
Yeah. The commercials were weird. I was not impressed with the commercials.
Yeah. I thought the halftime show was a little weird. I
The
I
whole thing
I'm
was weird. Yeah.
yeah, it was a good game though.
I turned it after the first quarter. I was like, Packers aren't playing, Lions aren't playing,
Yeah,
like
well,
the
that was
Bills aren't
fun.
playing. That's who I was yeah. I was like, I
Yeah,
can't stomach
there
it.
we
It
go.
was I don't know, it was
Alright.
really boring in the beginning for me.
It picked up. I know. You guys over in the UK, Craig, you guys don't even watch that stuff, do you?
people do, believe it or not. A lot of people do. I just don't do that time.
I
It's like 3, 4 a.m. That's the middle of the night for me, dude. I'm long gone.
I know it.
So
Yeah.
not for me.
All right. So, well, let's jump into today's topic. So, yes, last week we were talking about, predictions for SEO and all of that fun stuff. We started getting into video specifically and the importance of video and video content and helping to drive rankings and generate traffic. And then Holly, you shared some of the fun stuff that you are doing with video content and where you're posting that. So maybe why don't you do a quick recap of that, Holly? And then I think you're going to share some results of some stuff that you were kind of testing with the thing you showed us last week. Maybe you jump into that, huh?
Yeah. So actually, it was what I spoke about this last weekend too. Was doing quizzes with the social media channels to get engagement. That's basically what we're building. So we build social media, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatnot, around a subject. And to get that engagement, we are doing all different kinds of videos. So some videos are just like regular text. Some videos are like text with Midjourney. And then we just started doing quizzes. So we're doing would you rather, riddles, and multiple choice. And so I put together several different kinds of videos, like affiliate videos. We're doing ones for SEO. We're doing ones for local. And on the show last week, we talked about doing the Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift to see if I could get any traction that way. So the results are a little bit interesting, but I found out. Well, so let me show you what the results were, and then I'll show you what the reason why I got them. So I didn't have a lot of time to make them and post them. So it was a very short test. So I'm going to continue the test. Oops, I got to do one thing. I'm going to continue the test throughout the next couple of months. I got to share the audio. And then I think I'll be able to get, a better result. So this, you can see my screen. You should be able to see. So this is my TikTok channel. So I have 280 people following me. Those 280 people following me are generally about like SEO, or they, excuse me, follow me on my Facebook. So they probably are 99% following me because of SEO. Okay. So same thing with Instagram, 52 followers, and it's just about SEO. And this one, no one's following me because I just made the account on Pin. And then on YouTube, I have like 4,000 followers, but they're all SEO. So it's an interesting test, actually. So I put up the first one, which is, so there's a short. Oh, what happened to my video? Okay. So there's a short version and a long version. So let me explain why we have to have both. So a long version is like your screen is long when you record, like on your phone. It's this way and it's short.
Vertically.
Yeah. So the long version can go up on YouTube and have 3 minutes. The short version, which is considered a short, has to be under 60 seconds. If it's over 60 seconds, which my shorts were actually 2.5 minutes for TikTok because I thought it was still considered a short. It's not. So if it's over 60 seconds, they cut the audio out. They still have the video there, but they cut out the audio. So it took, I thought like, if I used age accounts, I could get around that. I thought that if I swapped out audio, we could get around that. So we did a lot of like messing around this week just to see, because my other videos, I don't necessarily have a problem with, but this one was like 30 seconds too long. So it was interesting to find that out. It's the same thing with YouTube, like a regular video, it was under, if it's, over 60 seconds, a regular video. Otherwise it's a short. So you can see shit traffic and no engagement. But if anyone can guess why that happened, it on all the platforms. So normally my videos on YouTube, depending upon like if I post about them or whatnot, I can get, between 200 and 5,000 views. And I don't push any of You know, I'm not running bots. I'm not running traffic. I'm not running any followers. I'm not running any likes on anything. So this one, which was uploaded, I think the next day or 2 days later, only got 45 views, which is interesting. And it's sort of the same thing that happened on my Instagram, or sorry, on my TikTok, only got 257. And the engagement that's on both of them are me. I posted my would you rather choices. And I believe it's because I don't have the Swiftie audience and I don't have the NFL audience. My audience is about SEO and they do not care about NFL. They don't care about Swifties. They want to learn about SEO. So if I had SEO content on there, we might be talking about something entirely different, because even I uploaded these 2 new ones today. One is a short, one is a long, and I can tell by TikTok that they're trying to push to see like if it's an interesting topic. So when TikTok does that, it goes between like 225 to 250 is what they're doing. They're serving it to see if you're getting engagement. If you start getting engagement, then they will show it to 600 or 700 people. If that's still getting engagement, it'll show it to I think it's 1,200 people. If that's showing engagement, it'll show to 1,800 people. But because my videos aren't getting engagement because the audience isn't there, no one's going to be clicking. Nobody's going to be engaging, right? Excuse me. So the other interesting part is the long, video on my YouTube channel, which I uploaded maybe like, I don't know, a half hour ago, maybe, is only gotten 8 views and 0 comments. Normally I would have a couple hundred views by now. In my shorts, though, I got 36 views. So let's just go see if it's in YouTube for Taylor versus Kelsey. So it had a purple background. So it's not just for that one, but would it be for would you rather Taylor Swift? So you can see some people are trying to do it, but the music one is where they're getting views, which is interesting because I might try to do some of those. If I can get a Taylor Swift channel going that has Swifties content, then I think that I will get the engagement that I need. So I think this is good to show you guys. So it's number 3 for Taylor versus Kelsey, but I doubt if anyone is actually looking up that. You know what I mean?
Right. So you bring a couple of good points, though, I think, for this particular test, and as well as we were kind of talking about ongoing, video content. So when you have a channel, it really is not good for you to have a channel and then all of a sudden go put some other kind of content that's completely disassociated with what you've been doing or what your followers or any of that stuff, right? So your example, like, hey, you've got an SEO channel and everything you've been doing is around SEO, and then all of a sudden you drop in this thing about Taylor Swift and Kelsey, right? People are going like, what the fuck is that for? And then you're like, they're not going to engage with it.
Right.
But that's the same thing for any kind of application. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's a good learning experience to show you guys. If you don't know that your audience, if you don't have your audience before you have the videos, it's going to be a struggle to get engagement. So ideally, what I should have done is to go into the Swiftie Facebook pages and start posting that. Or start posting and say, hey, we're going to make videos or something to be engaging so I could post the would you rather. I didn't do that. I wanted to sort of just see if it just would come organically, because that's kind of what we have talked about, is I'm not really building links. So the test that this week, the test this week that I'm setting up, I'm going to be uploading a couple of videos every day. We have riddles, we have multiple choice. And then I'm going to go into some Swiftie groups and post and see if I can get some traction. I'm going to do it on a new channel. I'm not going to do it on my SEO channel because SEO people are not going, that's not what they're there for. They're not going to come and look at the video. Maybe they're going to come and be like, oh, I wonder what she's doing, but I'm not going to get the engagement. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what the plan is.
Do you have a channel that is only kind of like riddles and, the quizzes or whatever? Do you have a channel like that already set up?
I do have those channels, but I'm not like in partnerships with other people, so I'm not really able to.
Oh, yeah. No. I don't want to see it. Yeah, I don't want you to flash it up there. But I was just kind of curious, would that video and that content that you put on there, would that have performed better there, do you think?
I think it would have, because those people have been for months engaging with different kind of quizzes, like emojis.
Right.
But I feel like it was a good test just to show you that you have to know what your traffic likes and the people following you likes. So I'm going to build a new channel. It doesn't actually take that long to build a quiz channel. So I have quite a bit of content that we made with Canva over the last week and a half, and she's building like 10 pieces of content every day for Canva. So it'll be a test that I think I'm going to continue to update over the next month and see. I'll show the channel. That's fine. It'll be a brand new channel, So
in practical application, I'm just kind of thinking about this, for folks who are listening and thinking like, well, how can I utilize video and what can we do? Really is like build out a channel. If you're an SEO agency and you're doing different kind of clients things, this is probably where you do want to niche down on particular channels or platforms, like build out, like if it's a home services, even if you want to do that, or even get more narrow and like, all right, only roofing, right? And build out a roofing content channel across all of the platforms. And then build that audience, do some of the things that you could do to help drive the audience then to your channel, such as what you're saying, Holly, go out and do some posting on some roof repair, roofing groups, some home services groups, things like that, right?
Right. So I have, I might have deleted it. I have a, so I'm actually creating those videos for SEO spring training. I'm creating quiz videos about SEO. I think that's the one I showed maybe last week. That's the one I showed. And so those are starting to get some traction on them. Yeah, I mean, like if you have a channel about, it's kind of hard for ChatGPT to write would you rather for weird random topics, right? So I had to do ones for like HVAC and plumbing and pest control, and it was decent. And you probably could get like 15 videos out of it, and then you're going to have to figure out some kind of different type of questions, right? Because ChatGPT is only going to bring you so far. So I think that with a mix of the other type of videos that I showed for the Cleveland videos, I think that that's a good option until you kind of find where the audience is. If they're engaging on quizzes, then continue with quizzes. If they're engaging on the other videos, then continue with other videos. So
interesting. Craig,
it was
thoughts?
kind of a fail.
I think are you waking up, Craig, or what,
No, I think obviously what Holly says to me makes a lot of sense. I don't see why, me, for example, why I would ever fucking put a video up about Taylor Swift. Like, would I expect anyone who follows me to engage significantly with that? No, I genuinely don't. And I do think, if I'm looking for a plumber, I don't want to see an electrician and vice versa. So I think the algorithms you know, what Holly's saying is trying to build an audience and then feed them what they what they want to see, whether it be the, I think Holly said stuff about crime and stuff like that last week. The only reason I mentioned that is because I quite like watching that type of content. But again, would I go and whack that out on my own TikTok, or would I build something around crime? And I just off the cuff think it would be a common sense move to separate that stuff rather than trying to, you know, become the, I don't know, the Craig Campbell jack of all trades and true crime and Taylor Swift and football and
Right.
what?
Like if you think about it, YouTube is like, and TikTok maybe even, it's like, what is your channels about? You have so much different content on here. We don't know where to place you. So if you're going to go over all these home services, it's really best to have a channel for each home service, or a channel for each, like, you know, you have celebrity edition,
Right.
you could have
Right.
gold edition, you could have SEO edition, and blah, 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 you know what I mean? So you could have
Right.
about TV shows, you know what I mean? It's, I mean, I think another thing too is like, for video and for YouTube specifically, you don't want to mix your shorts and your longs, because your longs are going to get monetized better than your shorts. And if people are there for shorts, they're not going to watch your long, and it's going to hurt your engagement. And it's the same way with vice versa. So if you have my videos, one should be shorts and one should be longs for the channels. I shouldn't be mixing them. But I also did this on a kind of a little bit of a purpose, because I wanted to see if those rules still apply based on traffic and based on the theory of, you know, knowing your audience. So it is a fail in the sense of like, it did not get any traction, but it proves the point of you need to know your audience.
Yeah. That's interesting. And well, kind of to your point a little bit as well, Craig, and you know, just in thinking about AI and you know, people on your channel that are looking for stuff is not expecting to see anything, and I think that's the way it's ending up with kind of an AI generative search as well. Is that if I put into, you know, the search bar or whatever, and I'm looking for an electrician, the AI generated content and the framing of what it's offering is going to be even much more, I think, responsive to an answer and or like a how to, and then begin to provide information maybe based around what I've been looking for. I don't know. The AI generative stuff I think is going to be critical, but this is why I think the video is going to be very critical. What do you got, buddy?
Here's something else, and I don't know what Holly's thoughts are on this. I created a video on YouTube last night, and what I wanted to do was I created a video that had the text over it, you know, the kind of narrative or whatever you call it.
Yeah, I seen it.
That comes up at the very fucking bottom, AI generated, because of the transcription. Now, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Now, did that video get good traction? It done okay. I don't see it not having done any better than any other video. However, what happened was I tried to share that around a few mates because I wanted that message to go out. So I shared it in some WhatsApp groups and stuff to get some engagement, which you know about as well, Randy, and got some traction on it. But when I sent the link out initially, it took a lot longer to process by TikTok. So normally within a minute, you can share that link. It processed, it allowed me to share the link, then it started processing again, and then they put up that thing saying AI generated content. So I don't know if their algorithm at the moment is just detecting what's AI and what's not, but are they maybe going to penalize it or push it? I don't know. But it's just something worth.
That's interesting. in talking about, so you're saying that TikTok put a branding on your video that it was AI generated content. Well, I haven't seen that yet. I don't know. That's
Did
kind of
you
crazy because I didn't see it
choose
in the
it?
States.
Craig, did you choose that when you uploaded that it was AI content? No?
Nope.
It just knew it?
Yeah.
Wow.
But
So
I wonder if that's even countries, because I didn't see that in the
I
States. So
haven't
I
seen
wonder if
that either.
I've
I
seen it.
wonder
Give me a second to see if it shows it on desktop.
yeah.
Give me 1
Now,
second.
did you use one of those tools that I suggested? Or
No,
that was up?
I eventually just done it manually on
Oh,
there. So give me a second to pause the video.
but was it AI generated or no?
It was just so the pictures I manually put on, and then I just done the see the text, and then it just says, turn that into the narrative
Oh,
AI
yeah.
voice. But give me a second just to present.
Huh.
Share
I have
screen.
not seen that anywhere on any other platform. Well, I didn't even see it on TikTok yet, but certainly not on YouTube. I haven't seen any of that stuff on YouTube yet or Facebook, even though Facebook says they're going to start doing that. But
So you'll be able to see there
Oh,
AI
it is right
generated.
there. Isn't that? So my videos are AI voice and it didn't pick up. So what is it picking up?
So I think it was the text to voice transcription. So if I click on that AI content, it comes up with this page, and it says
uh,
the label appears in content that a creator indicates was completely AI generated. Now I didn't. So it's saying TikTok may automatically apply the AI generated label to content that we detect was completely AI generated or significantly edited by AI. So yeah, they automatically done that and stuck that up there. So I don't know if that's just something they're trying in the UK. I don't know how. It's the first time I'd noticed it. I hadn't seen it before.
yeah.
So yeah, it was bizarre. But so that kind of concerns me slightly.
That's interesting. I just checked real fast. I checked 3 of my TikTok different channels that are all done with AI, and the channels are the voices on are 11 labs, and none of them say that AI generated. So I
So
wonder if it's getting
the
rolled up
only
there.
the only thing I would say, Holly, about this is I done the video editing within TikTok, so it was their text to voice transcription. That may make
Uh,
it for them.
That
The might be if you're using 11 labs, maybe they're not able to.
Not yet. That's probably coming though.
hmm. Yeah, but they say on that page that you're showing was that, if they detect that it was done, content created via AI, even so they're at least paving the way that they're going to be like, hey, we're going to start doing this, or the ability to start doing this, similar to what Meta has said, right?
Here's the thing, Randy.
Uh,
Right? If you really now, I respect what Holly does, but do the platforms want people like Holly or other people creating AI videos and basically mass spamming the platforms? Do they want the users to use their own face and everything else? Of course they do. Do you know what I mean? Of course they do. That's where my concern would come in.
I could see them having like a section that is just AI and a section that is what we consider would be normal, because like on Amazon KDP, you have to say that how much of it has been done with like Midjourney. And I suspect that's going to have the same thing. It's going to be
mm,
an AI section on that.
mm,
Whether or not people care about that is a totally different thing. The public, other than people who work on AI, really don't know enough about AI to care.
Yeah.
Right.
I was with 14 women 2 weeks ago, and we were talking about AI, and they were like, "Oh, yeah, I type it in and I can't tell. Like, is this a real, like I played some. I'm like, does this sound like a real voice?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's not. It's done by AI." So I think the mass public probably does not know, and the people that know aren't going to watch those videos anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do think it's kind of interesting in thinking about AI. Craig, you ask a great question. What do the platforms want from content? So there are a ton of these packages that are out there. And I was playing around with this last week as well, which is, essentially like, hey, here's my thought, my concept for a video, go create it. And it generates everything like the AI images, puts it in a role, throws the voice in, does the text, right? Creates a little 30-second video or whatever. And I looked at him like, it's content, uh, but is it all that interesting? No. And the images are like, oh, that's interesting. And you can look at those things and they look kind of cartoonish almost a little bit, but I don't think that they're all that interesting. And I don't think that they're all uh I don't think that that's probably the kind of content ultimately that the platforms want to see, like inundate their scheme. I think they would much prefer, and I would guess that will perform much better in the algorithms, real faces, people doing real stuff. Craig doing his little dances and practical jokes on people. I think that's what. I don't know. That's my opinion. I think ultimately they want to see real stuff, but
I think Holly's got a point. For me personally, as a user, do I watch stuff on crimes where there's an AI person saying, "Oh, this happened, that happened"? Has that all been kind of chat GPT? Of course it fucking has. So do I enjoy watching them? Yeah, because I'm a sicko. I like that kind of content. So I think there is a place for it.
I I wonder then, would you so when you're saying this, and maybe you're onto this then, onto the string. So if I created like a long form video that really just had images and kind of cycled through, not repeating images, some of it could be AI generated, some of it could just be stock images, but it was a story. So think about it like it was a podcast almost, and I was on there reading this true crime story. Craig, here's would that engage you in the images going through? Would you just still listen or watch it just because of the content subject matter? You'd be like, wow, it's a crime. What's going to happen kind of thing? And
So see, here's this will answer your question very well, Randy. When I think of the last videos I watched, can I remember if it was even a female or a male voice? I can't tell you. I don't give a shit. It's the subject matter that's most important to me rather than Randy's voice or
right.
whatever.
Well, yeah.
Or a male or female voice or whatever, it really doesn't matter. So you kind of get used to it. But if you said to me, Craig, when you watch these, is it a male or female voice? I genuinely can't think off the top of my head. Like, I'd be wrong to say. So so that's how important it is for me personally anyway.
But you're like zeroed in on the content is
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because it likes the content. So like know your
Right.
audience, right?
Right.
Your
Yeah.
your
Oh, yeah.
audience likes crime content regardless if you're not going to take a crappy voice and throw it on there,
Yeah.
So I'm in the crime area, and we have a lot of crime channels, and it's all done with chat GBT, and we we do short stories, we do stories that are 45 minutes. Doesn't you got to know your audience. Some of them don't like female voices, some don't like male voices, so you know what I mean? That's the way it
Right.
is. You hit them on all spots.
So do you this is kind of interesting, I think. So do you like have GPT or AI craft a story?
Yeah,
Like, hey, I need a
a whole
mystery
story.
and I want it to sound like it's true crime and blah, blah, blah. So craft a whole big long story and then just do the AI voice and like that's your
Yeah.
channel.
Yeah, so we started off with them probably maybe like 5 months ago, and we follow this guy Creepy Pasta. And so we would take and look at his prompts or his storyline, and then you type in like a paragraph of someone's story and just hit enter, and ChatGPT will continue to write the story. And then we have the generator, so we just copy it in and it takes out creepy
Right.
stories and stuff like that. But that's how we started, is that we took other people's videos and just took their paragraph and just had ChatGPT write the story out. But with that said, you can go to some place like promptbase.com, not affiliate with them, promptbase.com, and you can type in horror and they'll give you stories. You can type in Reddit stories. I have so many channels on Reddit stories, and they will give you prompts for ChatGPT. So, I mean, like, really dumb things, but like, we're
Mm,
making money with AdSense almost totally across the board, except for like our influencer stuff. But people like to listen to that. I mean, it doesn't make any
mm,
sense really why you're listening to Reddit stories, but they
right.
like them.
That's crazy. So Craig, that's the people you're probably listening to stuff that's just AI generated,
I
creative.
could guess he's listening to some of ours even. Yeah, I mean, like, if it's like related to a creepy pasta type of a story, it's
Do you know that guy, Creepy Costa?
I don't think
creepy
so.
pasta.
But I do watch a lot of conspiracy theory stuff and all that bullshit as well. So,
Yeah.
conspiracy theories, crime, I watch them all. And yeah, I don't even know half of them. Obviously, I can remember some of the conspiracy theories, but on the others, conspiracies about everything. So too many to remember.
I mean, if people in the audience want to know how to build some of these, go on YouTube and follow people like Grow with Kaz, Kaz. He's got a really good channel. It's AI Genesis. That's a really good channel. Mr. Money is a really good channel. Altered
Mm,
Income. It's a really good channel. Mr. Pasta. Mr. Creepy Pasta. Sorry. I mean, once you start going to places like that on YouTube, it just shows up and you can learn how to make them. That's how I did it. I didn't know what I was doing. I looked
mm,
at people who had traffic and I sent it to either a VA or I figured out how to do it.
mm. That is so crazy. I mean, this is like one of those things. Like, how can you go and make an extra couple $100 a month, right? And this is how
Yeah.
you can do this. Like, hands down, set it up probably in an afternoon and just put it on auto and let it
I
fly.
closed in March. I closed probably 75% of my businesses because of my back. In July or August, between those dates, I took down 1,000 servers that were running GSA, Scrapebox. They were doing links, they were doing CTR, they were doing everything. I'm I'm a 92.9, just AI. I touch every single piece of video because I'm the quality control person. So everything else is done with AI and it's a push of the button.
Yeah.
So it's a nice little side income, or it can be a main income. I mean, like, if you're getting paid 10,000 a month for just ads on AdSense for these stupid
Right.
videos, why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
Randy, get it fired
yeah.
up.
Yeah. Fire it up. Fire it up.
And
Got it
Randy,
cranked up.
you seen the generator? That's all we're using.
Yeah.
So
That is crazy. Well, it's good. I find this stuff is all great and encouraging for people. I'm like, there's so many ways to make money online, right? Right now, still. I mean, I don't care where you start talking about this, all of this AI generated stuff. It only adds to the ability to go do it.
yeah. I
Should
mean,
break
I've thought
down
about like
roadblocks.
selling some of my prompts for creating some of these riddles and like selling the Canva templates,
Mm,
because it's a lot of work to make these Canva templates and we
yeah,
know
yeah,
what's converting.
yeah. So, question on because some of the stuff we know for converting videos, and I guess maybe we'll just kind of talk about YouTube anyway. For this, I'll throw this out to you guys to talk. Keyword research, putting keywords in the titles early in the description, critical. Thumbnails, critical, and the things that you do with those thumbnails. Are you putting all of that out there on and letting AI essentially manipulate those things as well? And does it do it appropriately?
I'm not letting AI choose that. That's where I say it's 92.9 AI, is that I'm the quality control person. So I go out and get the screenshot with, like, say, if we're doing Cleveland, I want Cleveland on the screen as the thumbnail, because I know that YouTube will read it and Google will read it and know it's about Cleveland. So I want those words on my screen and I want those words in my title. That said, I also, if I'm like lazy and I don't know what title to put, I will ask ChatGPT to make me an outline. This is what, I want this a creepy creepy story. Give me an outline, then write every single chapter, and then give me the title, and then give me the tags for YouTube, because the tags are different for pin, and they're different for Instagram, and they're different from TikTok. So I have them do everything for me. I just copy paste.
What about the thumbnail images though? Does it do it appropriately?
I can't really get anything for I have to do the thumbnail.
Yeah.
So I can't say whether or not the thumbnail,
Because on the thumbnails, I mean because that's so critical on engagement, right? What that thumbnail looks like, and you want those crazy looking, I
right,
did it on the last video I just dropped down, right? Some
right,
kind of goof. kind of, you look at Palmer, he's got all kinds of,
right.
all of that stuff that.
The difference is they're not scaling it. You're not scaling it. When you're uploading and you're making 700 videos a day, you can't be so picky. Right? If I'm doing one, Craig, are we keeping you up, man? You're yawning.
Yeah, are we keeping you up there, big boy?
I'm not.
You stayed up watching the Super Bowl, didn't you?
Yeah, so I mean, like, if you're just doing one video, you have the time to be more picky about it. On the scale that we're doing it on, I just make sure, like, I throw it in Camtasia and I just get a picture of like the title of the YouTube channel, or if it's in Cleveland, I'll get in Cleveland, Ohio or something.
Interesting.
I think it's two different games though, Randy. If you're Chris Palmer and you're doing one video a day, you can afford to fuck around with your thumbnails and put a bit more effort in. Whereas if Holly's doing 700 a day, man, you just couldn't. You just couldn't.
700 a day is like crazy. That is like a crazy amount. But yeah.
Well, and we're actually going to scale that up, because we're going to be able to just upload, like, I'm hoping they're working on just a CSV file, and it'll go and just build them for us.
Right.
Insanity.
Holly, go big.
Yeah.
That's what Holly does.
I don't know how to go. It just doesn't happen.
Go big or go home.
Yeah, go big all the way. I'm gonna. I'd like to. Well, I don't want to change the topic, but but it's related only because we're talking about platforms. How are you implementing this, like on a platform like Pinterest? Like, Pinterest is a platform that just completely escapes me, but I understand, and I think, Holly, you've told me, like, you get a ton of traffic through Pinterest. Can really generate. I'm like, I don't, Craig, are you a master at Pinterest? I haven't figured it out.
Dude, Mario in the mastermind, all of his traffic comes from Pinterest, all of it. And I'm talking about serious traffic, Holly. he's the only motherfucker I've ever seen that does it. And even when I asked him, I'm like, Mario, tell me the fucking secret. And he's like, dude, I don't know. He says, I just done it. It's old historic pins and stuff. I've bought course after course after course, and I fucking cannot get the same level of traction on Pinterest. So I am.
It's a long game on pin, right? So you're gonna start off and you're gonna probably get a couple hundred views the first month, the next month, the next month. Right now we have channels that have 50 to 60,000 views, which is really nice. But the clicks, the inner page clicks are still like 300 to 400, which in this sense, we don't care because it's targeted traffic and we're fine with that. So I have to get better in the conversion side of it. So it's a kind of it is a new platform for me that I'm learning. We have no problem like getting pinned to show them and getting people to click on them. We have an issue with getting people to engage on it. So if you're doing recipes, you're going to get engagement. During Christmas time, Valentine's, that type of thing, you're going to get engagement. So it's we're still working on that in that sense. And, I think we're doing okay on this side of it. And then on the conversion side of it, we just need, we might just need better pins. We might just need better content,
It probably is. I mean, I've spent very little time on Pinterest, but I'm guessing that it's very niche kind of specific or topic specific, right? So like you're
Yeah.
talking like cooking, like I know my daughter who's a teenage girl, she loves Pinterest. She goes and looks at makeup or fashion kinds of stuff, what to do with her hair, that kind of thing. I'm like, okay, well, none of that's going to interest me, especially the hair thing. But I would imagine, if you're a roofer, are you putting stuff up on Pinterest? Are you going to get any?
I mean, you are, because it gives you the brand recognition. It gives you the brand awareness. It helps for GMB stuff, for edits, for if you have to change a phone number, you put, you do that type of stuff on social media. It helps you to change things like that. So you still want that. As in the SEO space, though, I don't think we offer that to most people, because most people are like, I just want backlinks, or I just want guest posts, or I just want press releases. And they forget about the social media side, because that is a lot of times how a lot of times you can get stuff changed on the GMB by posting on social media and not just, you know what I mean? So, because to me, it's kind of a citation, but I look at things differently, So I think it's so important. I think you still see it. You maybe don't see as many people offering it as much, though.
Right. What are you doing with your video stuff? Are you just doing like an image pin on Pinterest?
Yeah. So you just take the thumbnail that I make, and just use that for the image.
Does it link to the video over on YouTube or somewhere else, or no?
So like,
or can you?
it depends, right? So like if I have an Amazon influencer one, all those would link to an Amazon store. If I'm doing ones that we're promoting your business in Cleveland, and so we have a contract to do a month, every pin for that month will be pushed to your business.
So you could do that stuff like back under the true crime thing. You could be putting images up there and then putting it back out to your crew.
Right. So like our true crime stuff, while we do have AdSense on it, we also are linking to things like books about true crime is pretty much we are linking to books, coloring books, whatever. I mean, I have a really big presence on KDP for coloring books. And so we're pushing a lot of, we have we're making coloring books daily for things like that.
Mm,
Like
yeah.
stupid things. So I'm going on a cruise in 15 days. And so we actually are building coloring books like ducks. If you've been on a cruise, everyone hides ducks. So we're building travel size coloring books to attach to the ducks, and we're going to hide them and have a QR code so you can order like duck coloring books through our store.
Duck, like DUCK, duck.
Yeah, ducks. Yeah, look up duck
That,
hunting on cruises. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I'm not. That's crazy. All right.
Right. So like
How about,
that's why like when I say like we do things that are different, we definitely do things out of the area and out of the normal marketing, but that's what works. So why would we
Hmm,
not we think of ways to get it out there and not have to do our normal
yeah,
marketing, I guess.
yeah, yeah. Holly, how about this question from Jose?
Have you bought monetized channels? No, we don't actually. We used to buy monetized channels. We don't. I don't have a reason why we don't. I don't. Honestly, I kind of have gone away from like in a black hat sense because the stuff's not really. I mean, to me, it's totally not. Everyone else probably thinks it's a spamming, so it's black hat, but to me, it's not because we're not doing bots. We're not buying followers, not buying channels or anything like that. So that to me is black hat. But so this is purely organic made. So no, I'm not buying monetized channels. Could you? Yes. Am I? No.
Hopefully that answers your question, Jose.
Yeah, interesting.
I mean, I haven't bought a channel in, I don't know. It's probably been probably 2 years. I can look
Hmm,
into doing that. I can see if I can find a quality. That's another problem is finding channels that are good quality and that they don't get banned once you log into them. So I can try out a couple places and see if that changes um anything, but really I mean it's easy to build a channel for the most part.
yeah. That's funny you just mentioned about kind of hard to find a good quality channel. I've been trying to play around with a little bit of kind of the Reddit parasite SEO stuff going around and
Yeah.
trying to find a good aged Reddit account to be able to play around. That is like
I mean,
finding
where do you buy them from
Pokemon Go
now?
or whatever. I'm
Do you buy them now?
There's a site, I have to find the channel, but it gets put up there, like, in the morning for, I don't know, at a certain time, like at 9 o'clock or something like that, and then there might be 10 accounts, and they're gone, boom, within 5 minutes. I mean, literally, they're like people, like, stalk it and then just grab this stuff. I mean,
Oh,
it's just crazy.
pass me the site. Let me take a look at it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I
Are
don't
you
even
doing that because that's what Chris is showing you guys to do? Because I've been trying to do it too, and I'm not getting the same type of. I'm doing something wrong.
um, meaning what, talking about doing the parasite or getting the accounts?
Getting the rankings with the Reddit accounts.
Uh, well, that's what I'm playing around with. I have not seen, I know there's some other folks that have seen some nice
Yeah.
action on it. I have not seen that yet. The I even hate to throw this up there because I don't want to throw more people to go onto this thing because I've been having such a hard time trying to go
Just
find.
just message it to me, man.
Yeah, I put it in the private chat there for you.
I might already
um,
know. Oh yeah, they're
yeah,
so hard to get them.
Yes, I know. That's what I'm saying. Getting these aged Reddit accounts are like crazy hard.
Oh, but there are 2 on there right now.
Mm.
Fred, well, I shouldn't have said that there. Nearly fucking slipped out. Jesus, they fucking sell OnlyFans accounts as well. You ever tried that?
Yeah.
Try it out. By the way, I'm not joking. I am almost certain that Palmer's trying out OnlyFans to see if he can get traffic from it.
Well, he better
Oh,
not
I'm
go
sure.
MySpace on there.
Dude, I'm not. In fact, I'm going to check what an OnlyFans account costs. That could be funny.
Yeah.
So is it because the post comment is so karma? Because I have another place that, let me see what theirs are. So I have karma of 1,000 plus and karma with 2,000 plus. So it doesn't matter if the karma, I don't know if this is post karma though, or
You fucking bastard. Not you, Holly. I went on there, dude, to buy the OnlyFans account for $63.
yeah.
Click buy now. It said, "Oh, someone else has just bought that."
Holy shit, they just said right now. No, it says it's in someone's cart.
Yeah. Like all of a sudden, all of the
Is that
Reddit
you?
accounts.
Your cart, Holly?
No, I can't get in my account.
I've got it. No, it says, "Sorry, this account has been purchased by another user at the moment. Please try later when there's more available."
Yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah, there's no age. I'm looking at this thing right now. There's no aged. The Reddits are no aged. Or
Dude, surely they
some
come up
blank.
early morning. Boom.
Yeah. You got blank accounts there. I could do that. I don't need that, but crazy.
Okay, well, I can tell you where I buy mine because they have hundreds of them. So I go to buyaccounts.en because it's English.
Buyaccounts.en. They
Oh,
have
wait,
OnlyFans
sorry,
there for Craig as well.
buyaccounts.com, I think. /en. And then do a search for Reddit.
That's not it. I gotta flip to GoDaddy to buy the domain.
Here, I'll link you to it.
Buy accounts.
Yeah.
.com.
Yeah.
I've got buyaccount.com has got some shit on it.
Oh, buyaccs.com.
Ah.
Like, this is Russian, yeah?
Yeah, it's okay though.
Interesting.
And
so you can get Yahoo, all different kinds of.
I buy all my accounts from there. I have for years.
Try it out, Randy.
I might. We'll see if they've got. Yeah, I'm interested in this Reddit business. So here they got some Reddit 2,000 plus.
It's how do you get? Okay.
Huh. Interesting. Well, that's an interesting access point because some of those are, they got a aged Reddit right manually. No email attached. Right. Huh.
The fuck's this? Quantity. They've literally got fucking hundreds of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what do you click on though? I don't know that. Oh, I see what you got to do.
Down at the bottom.
Yeah, down at the bottom. Got it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, these phones. Okay. That's
Crazy. Wow, you can really they really have some old Twitter accounts.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to play around with that.
That's your.
So let me just warn you: if you buy them, to change your password like right away. Don't wait.
I
Even
was-
wait 20 minutes.
Yeah, no, I've done that. Anytime I buy any kind of aged accounts, whether they're Gmail accounts or anything like that, I always do that like immediately. I said
Yeah,
one of
for sure.
my VAs on it, like, go tap into this and go change everything. Like the secondary verification account as well. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, site is so weird. I put something in my cart and then it won't let me go to the cart to buy it. Like,
What is that? Randy's one?
yeah. The selected account you have purchased by another user. Well, then take it out. You know what I mean? What the frick?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, if I bought a account there and it's still listed, I would be cranky because the people can go and check those accounts. But 21 hours, I'll go on and buy a few and see what we can do with that.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Yeah.
But you know what? You can buy the ones over at buy accounts for the pretty close to the same price.
Right.
I don't necessarily know if there's much of a difference. We used to have a software that would go through and do all this commenting. I could
Oh,
just
and go find this stuff?
yeah. Chad built something like that. I think it was several years ago, but
Nice. All right.
What? Guys, we are at the finishing time.
Yeah. All right. Oh, I know. We're just playing. That's all I'm doing right now. Sorry, folks. All right. Good stuff. All right. Well, we'll be back next week, next Monday.
Yes, next Monday.
Yeah.
I will be in Dubai, so you're going to have a much better background. So,
Nice. Yeah, you'll have Slory with you, right?
yeah. So,
hey, Craig, do you know how Kasha made that? How the guy who you've seen the video from Kasha, right?
yeah,
Do you know how he made it?
a green screen and a heavy duty editing.
Yeah.
That guy Ferry was the guy who made it.
Yeah.
It was heavily.
I think did he do it frame by frame? I mean,
Yeah.
I had to take him a while.
Oh, this is a big job because literally when he done it, I said to the girl in my office, I'm like, how easy is this fucking shit to do? And she's like, you need to find where you sit and there's not a lot of movement, because if you're to do that frame by frame and everything's all moving, it's going to be fucking bollocks. So,
oh yeah, it would be a lot of editing. Yeah,
It
that was good
really,
though. That was hilarious.
Good. Yeah, it was really
good. No, they did a nice job. Well, let's take this last question from Emily here, Holly.
Nope. Holly's not doing any other courses, social media or otherwise anymore. I mean, you have to want my services now.
Sorry, Emily.
Sorry.
Sorry, I like
But
your dog, though.
we are back at the same time next week, guys. So
All right.
if you have enjoyed it, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And Randy, got your newsletter. I'll let you answer that personally, unless you want to do it here. I don't know.
Is that the same as Holly's snoozes? I got that. Yes, we utilize Holly's.
Don't know if that helps your business growth, ready, but we are away and we'll be back at the same time next week, and we will catch you at that point. And also, finally, do check 13 Market. Link is below, and we'll catch you next week. See you later.
Beauty.